Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Karen Newman. This is the Saturday Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It is Saturday, the 5th of February, 2022. So welcome. We have Jim with us this week and back with us.
Hi, everyone, and welcome.
Angie.
This is Karen Newman.
This
is Saturday Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It is Saturday.
You have to turn off the recording or whatever it is.
I turned it off. Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
good.
Okay, so we have with us today, we've got Angie, Annie, Yana, Jim, Bridget, Christine, Daniel, Joan, Salesh, Scott, Safira, Stephanie, Susan, and more people coming in every minute. So hello to everybody. And we've got some announcements. First, a big welcome back to Angie.
Thank you, everybody.
We've been praying for you, and yeah, we're glad you're back.
Thank you for all those wonderful blessings and healings and energy. I felt it from everyone, and it was well received with love. So thank you, everybody. I do have an announcement. We have our next Hucolo online class scheduled, Understanding the Matrix and How It Works. It's going to be Saturday and Sunday, April 30th and May 1st, 2022. The cost is $150. The time will be 1:30 to 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. This class will provide an in-depth look and understanding of what the matrix is, how it works for you, the individual, and working with it as a collective as a whole. The class will teach its many uses and services and perspectives, as well as providing and clearing up the myths and mistruths about about what the matrix is. If you have any questions or are interested in registering for the class, please email classes@hucolo.org and I will get that information out to you.
Perfect. Did anyone see the new Matrix movie?
Yes.
Did you explain it to me? I was lost.
I liked it. I liked
I
it.
have to watch it again. I didn't get it completely. I think because I kept falling asleep, but I will watch it again. So, okay. I did. I was like falling asleep each time. So, yeah. So, Jim, did you have anything to share?
No, thank you, Angie, for doing that announcement. I'm just looking forward to today. There's a lot of energy today.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I think a lot of things are getting through today that weren't getting through before. So it's good. This is like an unlocked door day. So open the door and see what you can find. And it's really quite, I feel really quite amazing today. There's a lot of good energy.
Good. Perfect. Great. Okay. So we'll start with some blessings. We'll start with Annie, then we'll go to Susan, and then we'll go to Yana.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so wait, so you do your blessing, Jim will do the interpretation, then the next person, then the next person.
Right,
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tuta ania chika ati o amni. Hia haka ata tu uchi shia. Mia hia tia anoa o kaptai iatia. No hora ariata ka ana cha. Wana mi ia. Ho ato asania. Sadi ikia niata ko ochu. Biatia ka wasanap tiki yatana warasatika mononono.
Read the colors of the flames that come. The purple flame, there are so many colors that are coming in to power. Let them grow and expand within you and bring a fire into your life and make that fire worthwhile and glowing, and send that fire out to the world as a message that God is coming.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, I will do first.
Let Susan go.
Oh, Susan, go. Sorry, Susan.
No, that's Hiasia kototoya ia si titia totoya I tikia tokotokia I tikia sokoya ya hiasia tokokia I tokoya I sikototia I hiasia tokotoya ya I tokotoya ya sia tokoya I tokoitia hiasia tokotoya ya sia tia totoya I tikia tokoya I sia tokoya I sia tia. Much blessings.
Keep the heart clear and full of love. Keep away malice and doubt and anger. Keep these as far away as you can, unless they are necessary. But right now is a time of great love for one another, a great time of trying for unity, not more division. Because as they conquer and divide, or I should say divide and conquer, so they will find a way to get through and destroy all the relationships that you have. But do not allow it. Let love guide and direct.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. This is the Actuarian Council again.
Yes.
Taste no uko antaya taka ante ye iti iha arte ne ua antua te te tua shtu tu ku anta te ke tana te arte ua ante katana te te ko I ai te o cantar tatana te ke o chasta usto no katante o kotae te Tartene o ko anta te kai te ko atane utua ai stua kante ke anta te kai te Tarte teo kondoa te tante ja taka teite. Esteneo koata tarte tainte te akate te tua.
Rest in God. Let him comfort you. Let him be a part of you all through you. Let him be someone you call on whenever you are down or whenever you need help. Call on him, for he is your Father, and he is the Father of all things. And so as you are resting in God, you will feel no need for hatred. You will feel no need for anger. You will feel no need for any of these uncomfortable feelings, unless they are necessary, as I said. But please relax and find yourself surrounded by God's love, beauty, compassion, peace, and joy. For that is what he wants for you as you move out into the world and become a helper, a provider, a dreamer with the world.
Thank you. So we have some requests. Let me read them out. Okay. We have Elijah, Saraswati, the Arcturian dragons, Grendel, gnomes of Ireland, Venus, and the ones that took Bridget when she was a child. And those are the ones I have so far. That's
Okay, very good.
Yeah, and let me just see if there's anything from the other chat, from the YouTube chat.
Very good.
Just checking. Let's see. No. Bertel would like to request tree people.
Ah, they do exist. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see who comes first.
All right.
We already know. Sort of.
Maybe he'll
I
come
think
last.
he's coming today. What?
Maybe he'll show up last. You never know. Oh, and someone
Yeah.
requested, Daniel requested Grendel as well.
Okay.
And Wendy's requesting Tiana Melamine, creator being. Melamine. Tiana Melamine, a creator being.
Okay.
Okay.
Very well. Let's see if Elijah is coming. I don't know if he is or not, to be honest with you, but I will see who comes.
Okay. All right.
Greetings, I am Elijah. I wanted to talk to you today about change, about changing in things in your life. I know that as you have awakened to the different things that you know, the aliens, the energies, and the spirits, many of these are things are very good to engage with, but sometimes can be a distraction. They are not really teaching. They are really just more fascinating than anything else. But if they are teaching you, that is good. I want to talk about change within your being. I know that since you have come to God, you have felt some changes. But when you are filled with God, that is the only time that you are with God in some senses. When God fills you, you will not be the same as a third density being. When God fills you, you will be seeing things that you never saw before. And I know some of you have gifts that already see into these kinds of things, but not from God's perspective. God's perspective is a new perspective. God's perspective is a perspective of seeing the entire universe and all things that are happening. Yes, things can change, and God will acknowledge that. And he has also acknowledged that he is not always perfect, but he definitely has all good intentions. Now, he asked you as his children to sleep with him in the sense that he wants to fill you with all that is within him into you, in the sense that you will feel differently as a human being. This is a difficult thing to talk about because not everyone understands what I'm talking about. God wants to be in you always. And yes, he is in you with the soul, but there's another presence that he wants to provide, another presence that he wants to give to you, another joy, another beauty, another uplifting that he wants to provide. This is a time of changing energies and changing many things because God is on the move. God is now waking up more than ever his people. God is on the move and changes will happen. And if you seek God with your entire being, he will change you into the being that he wants you to be. Because many times when I talk, you go away from me and you are unchanged. You do the same things that you did before. You do not really listen with the heart. I'm not saying all of you, but some of you just walk away and nothing's changed and nothing has been affected in you. But I want God to affect you. I want God in his power to affect you. I want God in his power to affect you. That you are not the same when you walk away. That you are not the same when you perceive him. He can get very close inside, fill the soul and bring it through to you. I know you do not understand these concepts, and that is all right. Listen carefully, my children. God wants to change you in some way for the better, for the higher, for the greater good, not only to your family and friends, but to the world. Many of you are working with the world, and that is what he wants. He does not want you just to be speaking to the choir, so to speak. Preaching to the choir means that all the people that you're talking to already know many things about what is up with God, but he wants you actually to be reaching out into the communities in some way, somehow, sending your energy out. Whether it's just sending healing power, sending understanding, sending prayers, sending whatever, something must change so that the light can get very bright. He wants himself inside of you to change your outlook for the world. Unconditional love is misunderstood. You do not have it if you just say, I love them, but I want to stay away from them. I love them, but they can be over there. I love them, but it's not right for me to mingle with them. That's not unconditional love. That's love on your terms. Oh, yes, I love them. I just don't want them to be nearby. Is that love? Or is that protecting yourself? Is that love? Or is it copping out and doing things the easy way? Jesus, as well as Francis of Assisi, they would go to everyone, the sick, the poor, the rich, the downtrodden, the prostitutes, the robbers, the murderers, those that had horrible diseases that were very contagious. They went to them and they embraced them. And they were not afraid because God was with them. God had changed them. God had actually changed them. And some of you are out there and say, I talk to God every day, and he's been very good to me, and he's given me many things, and he loves me very much. And that is true. But you are not changed if you are not unconditionally loving, if you are not filled with his excitement, his love, if you are still speaking gutter language, if you're still smoking, if you're still drinking, reconsider that. Sacrifice it to God. You don't have to do it. He won't force you to do it. But he wants a better life for you. He wants a better joy for you, better love for you, a better understanding for you, a better wisdom for you. Many of you walk around in your own thoughts and you are distracted by yourself. You think too much, you work too much, you are involved with money too much, or whatever it is, you are distracted from God because you're thinking of yourself. Me. It's all about me and how I can be better, but you don't understand that it's all about everyone. From your heart to their heart, from your heart to their community, from your heart to the world. It's not all about, well, I don't understand this and I don't want to do this because of that, or I'm afraid of this and I'm afraid of that. Fear is a destroyer. I talk to many about this. I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid this will happen. I'm afraid that will happen. I'm afraid I'll get sick. Of course, if you are with God, only what God wants for you will happen. Only what God wants for you will happen to wake you up if necessary, to put you asleep if necessary. What do I mean by put you asleep? I mean, take you away from the things of the world and wake you up to things that are not of the world. But many of you say, well, I got sick, but it's not because of God. That can be very true. Absolutely. But I challenge you to put yourself into God and let God put himself into you in the fullest possible way. It is a confusing message. I am sorry that I do not have the words to describe it better. But this is what is true. I love each and every one of you as God does. But we see you differently than you see yourselves. We see you as hope and understanding and light for the world. We don't just see you as individuals. You're a nice person, you're a nice person. We see you as workers and missionaries and those that are on fire to set the world on fire with the love of God. Not all of you are going to be ministers or speakers or orators or everything, but you do have missions that will reach out and touch people. Or maybe it's reaching out and touching animals, or reaching out and touching things that need help. You are to be a help to the world in some way and an example to the world in some way that will be absolutely unchanging. They will not see it as anything but God. They will not see it as anything but goodness. They will not see it as anything but light. I wish I could speak stronger. I wish I could speak to the very heart of you and whisper into your brain the truth about all things. You are caught up in conspiracy theories still, spreading news that people are going to die, that people should not take shots. It does not matter, all those things. Those things don't matter. They are there to separate. And what better way than choosing a health situation to do it? I'm afraid of you because of this. I'm afraid of you because of that. You didn't do this and you didn't do that, so I can't be near you. It is all a separation technique so they can divide and conquer. It does not matter. Embrace everyone. Love everyone. Stop scaring people. Stop telling people things because they're not listening to you anyway. They're going to do their own thing. Let people do their own thing. Let people be themselves. Sure, you might believe one way, but shut up. That's your way and nobody else's. And you shouldn't force it on anyone, or you shouldn't be sharing it with anybody because you're causing fear, disruption, and separation. Why talk about these fearful and unhealthy things when you could be helping the world with your love, with your understanding, instead of going, oh no, you shouldn't do that, and making them afraid or doubtful, or telling them they're going to die and making them a little crazy because how do they know if you're telling the truth or not? They don't. It hasn't happened yet. So be yourselves, but don't spread fear. Don't spread lies. Don't spread conspiracy. Spread love instead. Bring yourselves together, not separate each one out. You do this, you do that, and I can't be with you, that is not unconditional love. Spreading fear is not unconditional love. Spreading distruth is not unconditional love. If you have things that you believe, believe them. But you are not here to tell the world what you believe in the sense that this is bad and that is good and that. You're here to send the world love and preach about God. Tell about God. Tell about the good things. Tell about positivity. Be a part of positivity, love, guidance, wisdom. Because you know when you spread these other things, you lose because it comes back on you. I love you all. And I don't want to see you doing that to yourself or other people. Believe what you believe. I will not stop you, nor will God. He says, be yourself. When you find who you truly are, you are blessed. And when you find who you truly are, you'll be in with joy and confidence and love and wisdom. But if you're still afraid, if you're still doubting, if you still cringe, if you still let fear guide you and take away all your opportunities, then seek God and his love, his understanding, his beauty, all the things that he is all about. The world does not matter. The world does not matter. It is third density. It will do what it does. But you are of God, or you say you are. And if you are of God, you do what is of God. I love you, my children. Take heed that you are showing love. Take heed that you are becoming wise. Take heed that you know what you are doing in God. For many of the peoples of the world are deceived. And they believe what they believe, but they are not happy. They believe what they believe, and they are failing to see the light. Look into God's eyes if you can. See the truth there. See the understanding and wisdom. I cannot tell it any better than he can tell it to you directly. Be well, my children. Yeah. One moment, please.
Sure.
All right, it's getting easier and easier to get into him.
I was going to say, you popped right in after Elijah went out. That was fast.
It's about time I get used to this.
Well, welcome, Grendel. Welcome.
Greetings. I have come because I've heard people ask for me, for one thing. I know there's others in line. I sort of jumped ahead. I won't be here long.
Well, you were summoned.
You force me to be.
You were summoned by Daniel. So
yes, I think there was Daniel, right?
Yeah. So Daniel, if you have a question for Grendel, please feel free.
Ask and you shall receive, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right. There's been reports coming in about a number of spaceship arcs that have been waking up because of the energy frequency in the solar system. What can you tell me about them?
Spaceship arcs are actually fast ways to jump from here to there. Is that what they're reporting?
No, not talking about like jump points. I'm talking about dormant spaceships that were served as arcs of knowledge or
Yes.
holding people for a period of time while a devastation hits on a planet.
Yeah, they're actually waking up, yes. But there's not as many as you might think. These ships are very large. These ships are very in tune to what's going on your planet and what's going on in the realms around your planet. So these are not manned vehicles, but they are large and they have set coordinates. They have set missions. They have set thought processes. So yes, that is something that's very interesting, I find, because they've been there for longer than most civilizations have been on the earth.
Indeed. One of the information through Dr. Michael Sala's channel, the man who's coming forward said on each of the ships that have been investigated almost at the same time by different countries' militaries, said that they'll find some of the languages, most of them we can't even understand. Some of them is ancient Mayan dialect, and amongst others that have been noticed that it's like the people who inhabited the ship during whatever cataclysm it was wrote down what they knew on the walls.
Yes. That's not surprising. That is how they would want to communicate. They know that you wouldn't be able to get into their computer systems, so they would write things on the walls. Yes.
Very interesting. Another interesting thing that was mentioned is on all the ships there is like a bioluminescent algae that lives on the ship and even illuminates the rooms and the writings on the walls.
Yes, there are such things. Yes, and they actually can live in outer space or in any kind of atmosphere or many different kinds of atmospheres. So yes, they would put something into effect that they knew wouldn't die on your surface, the planet surface, and would be able to help mankind help mankind illuminate the writings, and they still haven't deciphered all of it.
Right. That's about all the questions I had. It was revolved around those interesting reports. They even found that same ship type on the moon.
They found a ship on the moon?
Of that similar construction, anyways.
Yes, they have not found a ship on the moon that I know of. There are ships on the moon, absolutely, on the dark side of it, because the dark side is always dark. And they are there for reasons, and some of them I do not even know why they're there, but some of them are attached to the ones that they're finding on the earth. There are many different reasons why these ships are there and being found at this time. They have to help humanity understand what is going to be happening, and they're trying to help humanity prepare for what is coming.
Very interesting.
Yes, I know that channel. He gives pretty good information. Some of the information I can add on to, but some of it he's very he has a lot of good information. I'll just say it that way.
Very fair. as I was supposed to say, it's very interesting. All this stuff is coming to the surface, and it just makes you look opportunistic. What else is hidden below the surface that just makes our ancient history even more interesting?
Yes, there are things under the Sphinx and under Cheops, and there are ships in South America under places like under the on Machu Picchu is one of the places where there's a nice sized ship, and Pumapunka in Bolivia, and oh yeah, there's several places. Central America. There's not many in Africa, but there are a couple, such as in the ancient Egyptian ruins. That's Africa. So yes. Also Australia, Europe, China, many places. The Americas, yeah.
Yeah, very good. According to a book, I can't remember I think it was called The Serpent of Light. Mr. Melchizedek said that, Drumbulo Melchizedek said that there was a big ship that was underneath the Sphinx, but it was moved to Lake Titicaca sometime in the last 20 years.
Interesting. Yes, there is a ship in Titicaca, and there's much activity in that area. There's a Stargate there as well.
Yeah.
If they moved it, I would think they moved the ship through the Stargate, because there's one at Cheops and there is one at Titicaca, right on the edge.
I will ruminate on that. Thank you very much for coming, and that's all
You're
the questions
welcome.
I have.
No, I am sure there is many ships in Titicaca, because it is a place where they see many different UFOs, if you want to call them that, or ships or whatever. There are many, many that visit that area.
Right. Thank you for that so much. Safira has a question.
Hello, Grendel.
Greetings.
Hello. So my question is for some of us, maybe not all of us, and it has to do with the government meetings and with Area 52. My first question is, I understand that those who are making decisions about who goes and who doesn't go to visit their spouses are holding back mostly because they want technology that is not being given to them. We're sort of like pawns in exchange for technology. Would you say that that's also true?
That's part of it. There's so many things going on there. They're trying to manipulate each other. The alien forces that are married to humans are trying to force their will on the human society, and the human society is trying to force their will on the different species and aliens that they are working with. So it is a struggle to come to a compatible time or place.
Mm-hmm. Do you know if there's any progress made in Area 52s, the different Area 52s around the world?
Well, it's Area 53 for the, but it is, yes, there was 5 things brought before the humans that said you can't do these 5 things. 2 of those things have been cleared up.
Like, can you give an example of what they were told they can't do?
I would rather not talk to you about that until it's all done.
Okay. Okay.
Because who knows what will happen.
Yeah. but there's no projection about when these visitations could actually eventually take place, is there?
Well, they were supposed to start in February, but they're not even done finishing building Area 53 in the United States or in Russia or in Australia or in any of the other places they're building these areas. But United States and Russia are the two that are farthest ahead. They're, United States and Russia are almost done with their areas.
All right, thank you. And do you know when the next meetings are going to take place? The bigger meetings?
Yes, they're in May.
In May, okay.
I don't have an exact date yet.
Mhm. All right. Thank you, Grendel.
You're welcome. Oh, it's very quiet out there.
So sorry, I was muted. I didn't have any other questions directly for you.
All right, very good. I will go and let someone else come.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
But I didn't get to even tell any jokes or anything. So
Please tell us a joke.
no, I don't have any. You guys are giving up on me. So I will hand someone over. One moment.
Okay, well, we look forward to the next opportunity to hear one of your jokes.
I do too. I love you all.
We love you too.
I am Saraswati.
Oh, welcome. Welcome.
Greetings.
We have Will in the chat who had requested you, and if we just give him a moment, we'll let him type a question for you, if that's okay.
Very well.
Okay. So Will, please, there's a little delay, so Will, please, if you can type a question for Saraswati. Saraswati, do you have a message for us that is beyond what would be directly asked?
I believe I do.
Please, would you share it?
I am very much now connected with your earth energies, and I am very much now connected with your density again. It is time for many changes, as was spoken, but these changes will be stronger than changes that you have felt before. They will be life-changing features, and they will be even deeper than you can imagine. But there are things coming that you must take heed of. Be strong, be aware, but keep yourself in the light. The light will save you. The light will be what is that is the good part of you. And it will be the example of you. Now, there's something else. Your dreams and visions will become stronger at this time. You will start to have deeper and more lucid dreams or visions while you are even awake or half asleep. These things will come to you and have great meaning if you can remember them. The ones that fade away have no need to be remembered, but the ones that are there and are being seen and remembered have meaning, and you must know what they mean. I am here to wish you all love and goodness, wellness, and wish you all the things of positivity. And do not be afraid to be yourself. Do not be afraid to be the person that you are. I know that some of you have been put down for that, and that is not right. But you must understand what part of you is working for God and what part is not. I love you all. What was the question?
I don't find a question from Will in the chat. I don't see anything. I've been waiting for him to type something, but he did not type in anything. So
Interesting.
maybe that's just the messenger. Maybe he had to step away.
Very well. I see him. Ah, yes. Is he still online?
I don't know.
All right. Then we will let it drop from there.
Hmm.
But I know that he had some important things to ask, but
Yes.
something must have happened.
Something must
One
have.
thing is, though, that he is someone who needs to rise up again.
Hmm.
He needs to rise up again. That is who he is. He is not a wilting daisy or shy flower.
He's just said just a moment. He is typing a question. So and he said, thank you for your message. So I'm just looking through the other chat questions to see if there's anything else that I can ask you from the chat from people.
I will be interested in hearing any of your questions.
Okay, do you do healing by any chance?
I send out healing to all.
Okay. Highway says, I had an unexpected paralyzation 2 weeks ago. Since then, I don't walk straight. Is it possible to give advice and healing?
Paralyzation is a symbol of being unable to do something. It's something that you want to do that you are unable to do, because there is no way you can be in control of that in yourself. This is a message to all people. There are certain things that you look at that are paralyzing and you can't get beyond them. But I will send healing, love, and understanding, and you will get beyond it. Just like everyone else has opportunities to get beyond the things they find paralyzing, the things they find extremely fearful, the things they feel they cannot get through. God can help them get through all of these things.
Perfect.
I send you healing.
Okay.
What is his question?
I still don't have it. I'm waiting.
It is interesting.
It is. He was saying just a moment, so I don't know, but Joan has a question in the meantime. Go ahead, Joan.
Greetings. Can you tell me about my dream, any significant or interpretation? I have dreamed about the triangle glass house. In the middle of the triangle, there is a spiral stairs and elevator to choose. So I went to the spiral stairs, and each level there is a flower, and I can smell the fragrance of each. So I went to the next level and a different flower. So I went all the way up, and they give me this silver coin and a bag of silver coins, and they give me 12 gold coins. And is there any significant or meaning of those? Why they
Yes.
giving me?
Did you say the house was glass?
Yes, it was a transparent or some
You
kind
go
of
into a transparent building and then up the elevator in the middle?
yes, it's a spiral. There's a spiral stairs and
Or
an
an elevator.
elevator to go up. Yeah.
All right. What this is telling me is you've chosen your path and you've chosen how to get there, and you want to learn on the way. Instead of just taking a quick shot with the elevator where you will learn very little on the pathway. You have chosen the stairways and the challenges of climbing. And then at each level, you will get a reward of the flower, of an understanding, of a beauty, of a fulfillment of something. The flower is based on your love of nature. The flower is based on your own beauty within. And so this is enhancing that and giving you a greater understanding of what is with yourself. At the very top, when you get the silver coins are for taking the longer way and for challenging yourself and learning more. The 12 gold coins are a mystery of the universe. The 12 gold coins are far more valuable than anything else that you can possess. And so once you reach this point, the wisdom, guidance, and understanding will be put in perspective for you in the mystery of 12, in the understanding of 12.
I see. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, I have another question, and also I dream about also the sky, those different ship, and it's a different triangle and a Metatron shape and all these lights, shapes of a different kind of a shape. There's a square and I see them all over in the sky that they're coming.
Yes.
And I see this network, a big network or like an antenna, and they're showing me that they're coming to see me or something like that. What does it mean?
Yes, it's not necessarily that they're coming to see you directly. They are already seeing you, but it is that they are coming to this density soon. They see the necessity to be here. And not quite yet will it be, but they are making their plans. They do not want to harm anyone on earth, but I feel that they will frighten many. But you must understand, they are coming for a reason, and God is understanding of it.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Will is in the room, so Will can ask his question live. Go ahead, Will.
Greetings. You are muted.
Yes, please unmute.
Yes, much love, Mother.
Yes.
I could take up this entire webinar with questions and conversation. You're such an instrumental part of my life. And the two main things that you've asked me to talk about in the video I'm going to make today, but I'd like to hear it straight from you. Okay. Can you talk to us a little bit about the state of pure bliss, allowing that flowing pure bliss, which you are, instrumental in?
Once you have given yourself over to a positive energy, which is God. God is a very positive energy. You give yourself over. The closer you get to the God energy, the closer to bliss you become. When you are close to God, the atoms in your body start to call out because everything belongs to God and everything will shout for joy within you. Everything will feel amazing and everything will feel like a blessing as you are getting closer and closer to embracing the energy of God. Of course, it cannot embrace you entirely, for you are a tiny speck in the universe, but you can get close enough to feel that incredible energy, that amazing love, the beauty that he wants you to feel. And that will give your body pure joy, pure bliss. And you will emote that. Once you feel it and you are part of it, you can emote it.
Thank
That's
you
a
so
shortened
much.
version.
That is a shortened version, yes. And how that connects with, elaborates on the self-love.
Oh, yes.
This pure joy and the self-love, they're the same thing.
In many ways, they are. They are different for each individual because of how they have come into the realm and how they express themselves and how they want to be seen and felt. But once you enter that pure bliss, once you enter the highest consciousness of the self, meaning that you know who you are, you're confident, you are loving yourself, you are true to yourself, and you are sending away the negative portions that do not belong to yourself, then you are embracing God as yourself, as he intended you to be seen in this dimension density. You are now awake, truly. And now you are able to see differently. Now you are able to see the ways and why people choose these ways. And you'll be able to see why things have not worked out for you, and why things have worked out for you, and why this density pushes you and pulls you in the way that it does. But it won't be able to do that when you're in the pure state. It won't be able to actually offend you or control you in any way. And you will be able to walk through the world in a different way. Whereas you know justice will be with you. You know love will be with you. You can do what God wants you to do, even if he tells you to walk into the prisons and free someone, you will be able to do it. He will give you that abilities. He will give you the ability to do the things you need to do without any doubt, hesitation, or fear.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Does that make sense to you? Also, I have something personal for you. You are to rise up again, but this time you will rise up differently. There will be a different air about you, a different way about you, a different light within you, and a different essence that is going to guide you in the highest of realms. I know that there's many deceivers and there's many deceptions, and this is true for all of you. But when you reach this high place, you will know who you are and what you have to do. Right now, many of you are feeling that you do not know what to do. You're not sure where you're supposed to be, but Will, you are where you are supposed to be. Do you not feel it?
100%.
Exactly. Then I will tell you this. Doors will open and close. Doors will open and close. And you will walk through the one with the greatest light.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You know what I mean.
100%.
Exactly.
100%. My ego thought I knew all that needed to be known, and this opening this light, this new now, is just simply spectacular, is
Yes,
all I
it
can
is.
say.
That
That's
is
all I can
why
say.
I came, is because many of you are experiencing similar things, but you of all people are experiencing it in a different way because you've been through so much and have analyzed it differently this time.
Thank you.
The analyzation of all things can be a setback for some because they think too much, or they think themselves back into a negative thought process. Do not do that, but think yourself into positivity. Think yourself into love and guidance. Think straight ahead and not in circles. Think straight ahead and not in the ways that will get you entrapped on the side of the road. You must see light and follow it purely. And when you know that it's not pure anymore, then it's time to stop and walk the plateau until you find it.
Absolutely. 100% infinite gratitude. Chigaha hanahi sutoro.
Shinaha hana disiya zamba.
Can I ask a question that's a little lower in the realms? you are
Of course, because many people are in the lower realms and need to be lifted.
You are the Shakti. You are the divine feminine. You,
Yes.
and the information you've been sharing with me for so long, with the connection with the solfeggio frequencies, with the allowing your true self solfeggio triangle.
Yes.
Those are all divine feminine chakras.
Yes.
Okay. But today in Saraswati Puja, we're also celebrating Manipura, the solar plexus, the fire chakra, which is a divine masculine chakra.
Yes.
I totally see, well, when you're fully in the presence of God and being the presence of God, yes, it matters not. But for us mere mortals, kuchiti kiarata, can you explain how this is so relevant, especially on this auspicious day for you?
Of course. My femininity is within the masculinity. Did not it say somewhere that the man and the woman were one? They are. And so where there is masculinity, there is also femininity. So I can tell you this, with this chakra, the drive, the fears, the occupational endeavors, the pushing forth of what is to be, the planning, is a melding of masculine and feminine energy. And it can only be that way to be successful, because the light comes from the combination of the two within the Godhead, Mother, Father, God. And as Saraswati, I am giving my energy to the masculine so that they are supported in this time to open their eyes to the feminine side, to the side of them that is ready to know more about themselves, because they were not originally formed to be masculine or feminine necessarily, but perhaps separated so that they can challenge each other in a way that is a learning process and not a battle. I could go on for days on that.
I understand. And I would love to be a part of that conversation. And it's a part of the conversation that you and I have all the time. And I appreciate that. I 100% appreciate that.
Well, my dear, I cannot go forward any longer because with that conversation, because it would take another 20 minutes and I don't think people would appreciate that.
Yes, I totally understand. One last question. Wow.
Yes.
Can you talk about surrender? Fully surrendering to God, letting go and let God.
Elijah spoke about that this morning.
Yes, I understand.
Surrender is what you all must do to God before you can be yourselves. Let me explain it to you. You have grown up with this personality that's been molded by mother, father, peers, society, dreams, understandings, lies, truth, and energies that have affected you in good ways and bad ways, sicknesses. Many things have molded you in this perspective, even your understanding of God. But being submissive to God means giving all of that, every second of the past, the present, and the future, giving that to God and letting Him bring out all the best pieces of what you are into this lifetime. All that He can possibly do for you and you for Him. It's a melting of one another into one another. He will be a candle that melts right into you and becomes the fire of the candle. But then it becomes a greater heat when you start understanding that when the pool of wax is flattened, it can all ignite within you. That will be the greatest of fires because God will ignite it. That is symbolic language, but some of you will understand it. And those that you do not understand it will listen again, because there are several levels to what I speak. And the fires are represented as God. He is a fire. He is a beautiful fire. He is purple, red, yellow, orange, green, all the fires that can be had, He is in them all. It is time for everyone to be submissive to God. Throw yourself before Him and ask for forgiveness for all that you have done. You are already forgiven, but to ask Him for this is something of a very humble thing to do, and He will appreciate who you are in that state. That may not make sense to you now, but a humble state to speak to God is where you need to be. You need to be totally humbled, thankful, and grateful for what He is about to do. Does that tell you the answer?
I'm crying here. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I only have light language.
I know.
Tinahati arahanati shaho akawahashia yahana aitiri tartikia shashu tu kacharana hatirati arata.
And that will speak to many here. For you are not only praying for yourself, but you are praying for those that need this experience.
100%.
Much love.
Much love. Okay, I'll stop hogging the mic now. Infinite love and gratitude to you, Mother. Nutu Kichariata.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. David has a question. Go ahead, David.
Hello.
Greetings.
I also brought tears to me too. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Will. Is there, I'm not sure how to say, I wanted to ask in light language to see if that was easier. I wanted to ask about something, a message for me that would be helpful for me and many others. So I'm going to see if the light language would assist me. Kayaraku, Tara Shanja Ama Uru Oku, Tiara O Urtura Anya Asha Roku, Tiasama Achahro Oku Tuasha.
All right. Yes, there are things there that will help others. There are things within the light language that spread around in love. Keep yourself pure. Keep yourself in a loving position. Keep yourself in a grateful, thankful state. Keep yourself within the graces of God, knowing that you are always doing the right thing. And if you are about to do something that you question, please check in. Many of you just go through life flying by the seat of your pants because you don't know what life is really supposed to mean. But guess what? The meaning is clear to those who see it. And to see it, you must seek it. And to seek it, you will find that that takes energy. And it is not an easy thing to do always. But it is what's necessary if you want to get from this level of understanding, which is third density, to this level of understanding, which is the Godhead understanding, the perfection which you can become. Of course, you are perfect at all times. When God looks at you, he sees nothing but your perfect side in some levels. But eventually you will have to pay for all the deception and all the negativity and fear and all the things that were brought on that you could not overcome. Beware. Do not be lazy. Fight for who you are. Fight for the right to be happy. Fight for the things that are pure and fight for justice. These are the things you should be concerned with. Many of you are just concerned with what's going on in your daily life. But the daily life can be reinvented and re-enlightened and re-empowered. Think about these things. If you want to know how to do it, you must seek and ask and find. But it may not be easy because you have several beliefs that have attached to you from the past that may hold you back. You must, what I said, humble yourself before God and let all those things go, for they are of this world. And what you will receive will not be from this world, but from another plane, another understanding, another energy. Seek that you may find it. Seek well, and you will find it. Do not give up until you do find it. This is the age that must be in God's everlasting trust. They're telling me I'm talking too much.
Can I ask how I may connect with you? I've been channeling and I'm not sure how well it is. They say it's good, but I still
All right, that do not worry about how good or bad it is. If it's from the heart, it is good. You are not being judged by your channeling. You are not being judged by your light language. You are not being judged by any of these things, or you should not be, and you should not care about it. You should be yourself, and you should be courageous and stand up and do what you feel is right, and not worry about, is it okay? No, it is okay. It is you. It is what you are giving to the world. And it doesn't matter if it's okay or not. It is your gift. You must understand your confidence is part of God's confidence. And so to be lowly about it, humble yourself is good, but do not question yourself, because that's not good. If you believe that you are not quite right in what you are doing, then you must be confident that the gifts God gave you are there and are working.
Perfect. Much love.
Do not feel the failure of anything. Feel the success of all things that you do. You are not a failure unless you see yourself that way.
Thank you. Thank you. Christine has a question. Go ahead, Christine.
Greetings and blessings. This morning when I woke up, I was listening to Eben Alexander. He is a neuroscientist and beyond that, but he had gone into a coma. I forgot for how long. And during that time, there was no brain activity whatsoever. And I understand this is common among some people who go into comas. He said during that time, he experienced different realms, which our brain cannot, the wavelengths of our brain cannot, don't have the, okay. So he was talking about the realms were of infinite love. They were God love. And it was there that he was so in touch with everything and everybody, animals, plants, everything. It was all God love. And when he came back and he did all these studies, he found that some of the things that we do here on Earth, which is the heart center, remote viewing, some of that, which takes us almost into that where we can touch others in the God love, in our observing of what's going on, and how people taking different types of drugs to try and get in touch with that higher self or that type of communication, it doesn't quite reach it because our the part of the brain which gives us these hallucinations and these feelings and so on and so forth aren't high enough or can't register enough. And one of the things that he had said was that one of the things that can help us maybe get to there in a physical self is two different tones, one tone in this ear and another tone in that ear. And
you're dealing with a frequency that the brain is not measured by.
Yes.
Meaning that when you go into a coma or an area where they cannot read brainwave activity, but they know that you are still alive, the frequencies of the reading need to be quite a lot higher to be able to read what's going on with that person in a coma. They are not actually dealing with third density frequencies. They're dealing with other frequencies in other places. And so as the coma may seem like the brain is not working, they are living in another place.
Yes.
With the spirit being somewhat removed into that realm so that they can experience it with the high frequency of thought process.
I think
Now,
he said it was the soul that was actually experiencing it,
well,
whereas the
the
physical.
soul is all parts of you.
Uh-huh.
It can be. And so in his case, the soul was there, yes. And that's fine. And the soul is everything about you. It connects to all parts of you, just as DNA. You can say DNA is part of your soul because it is everywhere in the body and it does many, many things with the body. And the soul is the control panel for that. So God was speaking to him in these very higher realms to let him know what it is like out here and what it is like to be closer to God.
So what I'm wondering is, in our dream state, is the dream state just primarily dealing with what is here in the physical, or can we set the intention before we go to sleep to go into these realms, these higher realms, these God realms or whatever, where we can reach out and help the world, help, I don't know, everything, and be in touch with everything?
Let me tell you, your dream states reach into these higher realms and they send back vivid messages for you to remember. Those are the vivid, lucid dreams that have meaning to you in your world. The symbolism comes from on high because they cannot speak their language into your dream.
Yes.
But now, when you are asleep and you activate these things with intention, yes, they will go all over the place to help people. You may not remember it, but it will be happening. It's what they call working in the astral, and that it does go out and help many people, many situations, and things of that nature. You understand that it goes out from you and goes to a place that cannot be found in the universe. It's an in-between place. It's a place that doesn't exist, but yet you can work there, and God gives permission for things to happen there.
Okay, I was just wondering, because the brain can't translate everything that's up there in the realm.
Correct.
That I was wondering, not thinking that my third dimensional self is doing enough.
Your third dimensional self is primary in your mission. That is true.
Right.
Your secondary missions are in your astral or spiritual states. Now, sometimes when you are not able to do the physical missionary, then that becomes the mental portion becomes the main mission. And only God knows what that is. Only God knows which mission you are to be dominant with. Mostly it's being in the realm that is the mission, but it can be in the spiritual realm as well. Now, do not worry. If you are praying and asking God for his solutions, bow down to him, ask him with humility, love, kindness, and thanksgiving what it is that you are to be doing. He will give you this answer, but you must do it and find yourself within it. It's very hard to describe, but I'm telling you the truth.
It's finding the courage in the physical. That's difficult.
The courage will not be your courage, but the courage that comes from God. You will close your eyes to your courage because it does not matter. But God's courage is infinite and powerful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. Susan has a question. Go ahead, Susan.
Hello, Saraswati. Much love to you. I know that you are associated with the arts and creative expressions.
Yeah.
And this year especially, I am working on creating energy infused art that's connected with some energy from my higher self through intention to help illuminate or activate the viewer of the artwork. And I'm wondering if you could speak to any guidance about putting our creative ideas into action and releasing any, I guess, self-imposed limitations as far as what we are able to create.
Use all forms of light in your art. You can add LEDs from behind or luminous materials, but I see what you're doing, that eventually you will be able to add other things from the world into your art to make it more expressive, visually enhancing, and visually, what is the word I'm looking for? It is, they will think about it a great deal after they have seen it. It's thought-provoking.
Beautiful, because yes, I was looking at doing maybe mixed media with like gold leaf and yeah.
Very well, yes, I see.
Like metallic paints and to illuminate it that way too.
I see that in your head, yes.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, I think that was my main question, and I'll let others go. I know there's several, unless there's anything else that you would like to express.
You are already on a good path. Find and continue to grow in who you are. You are doing well.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Your energy is lovely. Thank you. I'll let somebody else ask their question.
Sure. Great.
Much love.
Thank you. Sorry, Susan. Thank you. Kat has a question.
Hello, Mom.
Greetings.
I have a short question. The first one. My boss is 71, and I would like to be. I'm curious to know how long he wants to keep his. He is able to keep his business up and running. He's also doing physical work.
Yes, he has inspired himself to move forward and stay in place and not give up for now. He has much energy still within him, and he is looking to better himself in many ways. He's not extremely spiritual, but he does have a spiritual side, and in that spiritual side, he does find some of his energy.
How long does he'll be able to continue his doing his business?
I do not know the exact time, but his time is not up yet. He is still strong. His mind is pretty good still. Don't you think?
Yeah, exactly. He's pretty strong in his spirit. He's not spiritual at all. And you described it very well.
Yes, and he is driven, and so he will be around a little longer. He will probably die suddenly, and not by quitting.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I was thinking in years, 2, 3, 5 years. I don't know.
That I cannot tell you. Only God knows that. But I can tell you his time is not up, and he will be going for a while yet.
Okay, because my job depends on him, what he wants to do.
Well, yes, but he might put someone in place to take over for him.
Yeah. Also, I plan to probably do something more
Yes, I see that.
of something that.
And so I'm not really worried about you because I think that you will move beyond him in many ways and you will capture something different within your life that is more fulfilling to you.
Yeah. Second question. Is it a human being, human body experiment, a successful experiment on Earth?
That is yet to be seen.
Well, is it, what does that mean?
So far, it's been a successful journey, but there are many things coming that will test it. And I believe you will make it through and that you will be a successful species. I believe it because of many things. But yes, that is still yet to be proven. But it is looking very good for you in my perspective.
So the next tests are like those spiritual ones from everyone's perspective?
Yes, they will be spiritual tests. They will be physical tests that involve the spirit. They will be all kinds of tests, but they can all be overcome by truth, wisdom, spirituality, love. All these things are very more powerful than anything from the dark side.
Can a human being evolve up to seraphim, for example?
Seraphim are the earliest creations of God. They can evolve up to seraphim in a way. They will not be seraphim, but they can evolve into that kind of a being. But they will be still evolving from this human designation to a higher designation that will equal seraphim, but not be seraphim.
Interesting. Or godlike, maybe.
Seraphim are somewhat godlike, but God is still above them.
Yeah, I know. But so my question was if a human can evolve up to a godlike being.
Yes.
Okay. Your yes makes it more easier and more natural.
Well, some go about it many strange ways to get to the top of the dimensions or densities by coming in at different times in different densities and dimensions, but they must go through the ascension in all of them.
Yes. I see that you spoke before about masculine and feminine energy. The child, the inner child inside, what kind of energy is that?
Neutral. No, I'm serious. Actually, it's the most powerful energy. And it's neither masculine nor feminine, but it is the energy of innocence, of beauty, of no judgment, of no impurity. And so that makes it very powerful.
Good. A thought to think about it and of healing, self-healing. I think it's most important to self-healing, healing the inner child.
The inner child can be very healing because it goes back to the beginning before there was prejudice, racism, any teachings of any negativity at all. And it is in the form of pure love, joy, and innocence. And in that state of the inner child from the beginning, it will be more powerful, more honest, and more connected to God because it is the soul coming in. It is the connection to the oversoul. It is many things.
Super interesting. Very nice. I love that. I will let someone else to ask their questions. Thank you very much. Much love to you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. 608 5658. I don't know who that is. Who is that? 608 658 has a question.
Yes.
I don't know who that is. Let me see. Okay.
Are they
I don't know
on?
who that is. It's a guest. Are you able to unmute yourself? 608 568 or 658?
Hello?
Hello? May I ask to unmute? Try. I'm trying, but okay, I'm not getting this person. So if you're there, please type your I don't know who that is, and it's a guest, and they're not unmuting, so I do apologize.
It is all
Okay.
right. They
All right,
do
I'm
not
just
want me to hear their voice because it would be recognized.
Did Wendy have a question? Wendy?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead, Wendy.
So my question is that Divine Mother comes to us in many forms.
Yeah.
Is there a reason that one form connects with me stronger than another, or others, for whether it's on their soul journey? I don't know if I'm phrasing that correctly. Maybe
Well,
you can read it
yes.
in my mind.
Only you will know the answer to that question. But yes, there are some perceptions of God, Mother, that will be more vital to you than others because of what they represent to you personally. But remember this, all female energy will relate to you in some way, and all male energy will relate to you in some way. Those energies will perform with you what they need to perform, and you will feel them strongly, weakly, moderately, and you will know exactly what is what because of who you are.
Yes. Okay.
You understand that completely.
Yes, I really do.
And I know which one of them you do relate to very well. So you know as well.
Yes, that's very true. Is there any guidance or last ideas that you would like to put out to this group?
I want to put out to this group that they are listening intently. I may not be the most exciting speaker, but I hear them questioning all the things that I'm saying and letting it go into their heart because they're opening it for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. You opened your heart to me, and I will open mine to yours. But allow God to be open to you as much as you are opening to me. I can be a surrogate to God or an intercessor for God, but you must find him face to face in some way.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to take a question from the YouTube. It says it's from Stephen, and he said he had a dream about two women. He met the divine feminine and two different women. He put his head on one of their shoulders. He wanted to know, could you give him an interpretation of that dream?
Well, let me put it this way. Yes, he loves the divine feminine because he supports them as they support him. He is part of the divine feminine in a very special way that is not part of many people's understandings, but it is part of his. And he is aware that he is a powerful individual with this guidance, with this understanding, and with the attachment to the masculine portion of himself. He is guided in a very unusual way to a bright path. And he is blessed to understand the divine feminine as much as he does.
Thank you for that. Joan has one more question. Go ahead, Joan. Oh, wait, sorry, so sorry, wait. Joan, before you ask, I want to get everyone that hasn't asked a question. Golnar, ask your question first, please. You're muted, hon. You're muted. You need to unmute.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hi. Greetings. I'd like to ask, did I have ever incarnation in India? And if yes, was it a spiritual life? And also, do I have any connection to Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, or because our birthdays are very similar and I felt resonance with her practices? What can you tell about my connection to India and incarnations?
You have a great love for India and the ancient Indian and Sumerian people. You mixed with them very well. You were affluent within them. You were very spiritual. You had your own following, just as she does, and you were someone that would give wisdom to the people, and it would come down through Mother, Father, God, and also through the other Hindu gods that you also related to at that time, because some of them were there while you were there, and you knew that they were a connection to the one God, and that was beautiful because you had a great understanding of what Hinduism and the perception of it actually was, and you brought it into a one God format. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you have any particular time frame or any particular name?
Myself, I go by Saraswati in this being, but I have many names.
Nice.
One of them was Sarah. Yes.
Sarah, yes. I also mean that as you describe my life in India, if you can refer to particular name for my incarnation, or which years it was, which time.
It does not matter, but it was. I am out of time right now, so it's very difficult. But it is that you are still in time, and that was Sumerian area and in early Indian times, and you were very prominent, very spiritual, very loving, and it was back BC was the first time that you were there, before Christ, and then you were there after Christ as well.
Okay, thank you a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Much love.
You're welcome. Much love to you.
We have Joan. Go ahead, Joan. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that Golnar got to answer the question. Go ahead, Joan.
Oh, thank you. Greetings, Saraswati.
Greetings.
Could you speak about kundalini Shakti, or the goddess within? How can we cultivate the energy on the back of the spine? Because I feel my spine is something like there's blocking in there. Oh, can I have a scan or a healing on that side, please?
Oh no. Yes. When you bring in the energy of yourself, the self energy is also very healing because it brings confidence and positivity to all parts of the body. Did you say there was something wrong with your spine?
Well, I can feel the energy that in my spine is not sure. It's like stiff or going in the middle sometimes. So
All right. Let me tell you that there is something there, and I will help you to heal it.
Thank you.
Ah, I will tell you something else. Your kundalini is you have felt it before, haven't you?
Yes.
But it has not gone all through the system, has it?
Yeah, before, but it went go all the way up and down.
Was it strong?
Yes, it was so strong. That's why I try to
All right.
find out what is that. So that's why now
Well,
I'm
the thing
aware of
is,
it.
I see the kundalini wants to go through again. So that's why I was questioning it. But you have a great deal of spirituality. Give it yourself a chance to grow as a being. You have some doubts and fears, but you also have some primary successes and things that you know that are going on that are good. But I think that there are some parts of you that want to open that you have some doubts about. And I want to tell you, be all that you can be. Be everything that is there. You don't have to decide on one thing as an occupation or one thing as whatever, but they are all there wanting to make you a powerful being.
I see. But thank you. That's all.
Do you understand that?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm just trying to integrate that to myself and
yes.
I'll see if I can see the goddess within that I have to accept that.
You must accept yourself for who you are. Be who you are, grow in God, humble yourself before him so you may grow up into a God flower, a God person.
Thank you.
Well, you already are that, but I can see even a greater power within you that needs to be awakened.
So all the gifts are coming out.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Bless.
Thank you very much. We are really at the end. We're really at the top of the hour. So Saraswati, thank you very much for being here.
I am hoping that I have made some inroads to your thought processes.
I'm sure for many people that is the case. Thank you so much.
I know, Karen, you see me slightly differently, but I am that way as well.
What do you mean? I mean, for many people, they enjoyed your talk very much. I didn't.
Oh, no. I didn't mean anything negative.
Okay.
No, you just see other aspects of me. Much love to you all.
Thank you so much.
Sirevardi for attachments of or only man. Nana anzifase sazoreu. Uferiven nasam very vora. And check shortchavia. Veriadanana sutituria verdo. Hello.
Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
Very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So how do you feel? Good?
Thirsty. She must have talked a lot.
She had a very beautiful, soft voice, so I think it was nice. Grendel came through though, so maybe you got a little gravelly.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it was meant for her to be here more than anybody else, I guess.
That's
She
nice.
did. She was very strong with me.
Hmm.
She came in very strong.
Well,
At some points, she faded out toward the end there a little bit.
Okay, we'll start with we'll give some blessings and then, well, actually, Angie, why don't you do the announcements and then we'll go to the blessings. And if you want to do a blessing, you can as well.
Okay, thank you. Our next Hucolo online class is scheduled. It's called Understanding the Matrix and How It Works. It's Saturday and Sunday, April 30th and May 1st of 2022. The cost is $150. The time will be 1:30 to 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. The class will provide an in-depth look and understanding of what the matrix is, how it works for you as an individual, as well as working as a collective as a whole. The class will teach its many uses and services and perspectives. It will also provide a clear and clear up any myths and truths about what the matrix is. If you have any questions or are interested in registering for the class, please email classes@hucolo.org and I will get that information out to you.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Do you have a blessing, Angie?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Tu onta itik at ontjetik a put dachik ant omot a chitk dokat anichik a what anisak amdikatik a to quapikini amit kotuku atkich a anitak chika. Blessings.
My children, remember that light, holy and beautiful, can be mistook for something else. And also there are lights all over your planet that have no spiritual meaning, but are there. But the light within you, the love within you, the fire within you, this is what we are looking for to guide you and to help you along. Find the true light, and you will find strength in all things.
Thank you. Okay, David has a blessing. Go ahead, David.
Okay, for peace, healing, connection with your true self, the heart, coming from the heart. Tayaraku anya haro oma achi. Chiaroku anya atiara aku shuma ahara aki. Tura hana tiarokuma achara ati. Uro o akishana hati leko rama atera akuku rise up to rama achinjera tatiasu. Kana anya soro uku. Shayara hano oro okiata. Chena tiara tu. Look to the light, be in the light. Peace, love, blessings.
Remember, my children, that it's not necessary to make great fanfare or something very complex to have God in it. There is genius in simplicity and genius in God. Just call on him, develop within him. He is not a great unknowable thing. He is not something that you must study, but also he is not something that is always intellectual. You must understand that God is as he is, the way he is, because he is a creator, and that's what he is loving to do, is to create. And so as a creator, love, faith, compassion, joy, understanding, wisdom, these are the things that are of God. Do not overcomplicate it, but simplify him into the greatest love of all.
Thank you so much. Wendy has a blessing. Go ahead, Wendy.
Thank you. My intent with this blessing is to bring love, passion, and fire to your gifts. Anyuro te kiria mahaira kira kuira nara ti achiuro noro akahianara paturo aranyara akahiana aranyara itiri chakahuyanara apakuyanyara aroyara nara ira tira kahana ara tira pahianari ira tiuro to anyara pakianara Uchkriana yere kitianyari tinia nya huini ni mini nya hi na hi ni na hi ni ni na nia hi ni hi ni papianya akaya ni na ma nya na oro nara apa ianyara.
My children, grasp your gifts. Know what your gifts are. And if you do not know what they are, find them. Reach out into the world with passion and beauty to show them the gifts that God has given you, and make sure that you give God the glory for all of these gifts. For he is the one and not you that is behind them all. Remember how wonderful God's glory is. Whenever you're doing all the things you need to do in the world, express your passion during that time. Do not let it fall aside that you seem bored or that you seem that it doesn't matter, because people will see maybe God doesn't matter at all. But he does, and he is wildly passionate about you as an individual, and wildly passionate about your heart and your gifts and your unconditional love as it grows, and your individuality as it grows to become unique and powerful in the world. You say, I do not have that many gifts, but I say to you, do not say that until you know what God has for you. Open up your mind to the truth, study, work. Everything is not easy. God will not just push you into something, but you must work for it. You must be passionate about it. And you must understand that working builds character. And that is the character God wants to work through. God loves you so much.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, Annie, did you want to do a blessing? I realize we didn't use yours at the beginning.
Sure, yes? I won't make it a long one since we're at time here. Thank you. Ashu makanawana mayo oshia makanawa yitifi putosha kanama waya tukumanana I paya ashana wati atakana potushikapa waya nunukati yamashu bashi.
Look deep within, my children, and see who you are. Make sure that you know who you are before you come out to the world. I don't want you to stay in, but I want you to go in to find yourself, to find the love, to find the things that are of yourself, and then burst out once you have found them, and once you have tuned them, and once you have learned and worked with them. But they are not meant to be kept inside, but they are meant to be shown to the world. Your light language, your beauty, your wisdom, your guidance, your light, your persona as a being of God. It is all there. Don't keep it inside, but let it show to the world.
Do we have time to do one more, Jim?
Yes.
Okay, Will, did you want to do a blessing? Is he still with us?
I am.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that everything's all set here. Prana he kana chatatira. Kona he taria tatarishka. Nahi tatar takati takaria. Husha ahana hesi kayeta sana ata torhuko shai. Nohusa hatatakyaratati tara. Konoto chukuhu sohushiwi. Nahasa ayeti dire yaratetanakaeta.
No one knows the love of God until they experience the love of God. No one knows the power of God until they experience the power of God. No one knows the truth of God till they experience it, and it is deep within them. No one knows what it means to rise up until God lifts you up. Remember, my children, He is with you, and He is the answer. No one knows what life is till you have life in God. This is the truth, and you feel like you are shy of it, then you must seek it with all of your being.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So thus concludes the webinar, and we will see Jim in exactly 1 month from now.
The 5th of March.
That's right. So next week we have Lou Martin, then we have Max. And so we'll be moving on, but we will be missing Jim. But before we know it, he'll be back again.
Yes, I'm going to bask in the sun. And that's God's light. So, okay.
You're going to bask in the Florida sun. So,
Yes.
yes. All right.
Well, I need to go, and I'm going to Florida. So I'm heading there on the 11th. I will be in Florida from the 11th to the 19th. And maybe I'll see you, Will. I'm not sure. But I need this break, and it's going to be a good one.
Great. Well, we wish you a fantastic trip, and yeah, we look forward. We already are looking forward to your return.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Love you all. Thank you.
Everyone,
Thank you
see
for
everyone next
being
week.
here today.
Yeah.
Visions will become stronger at this time.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. I was trying to click things off and I was clicking the wrong button. So much love to everyone, and we'll see you next week. Thank you to everyone in the YouTube chat as well. And it's I'll open up the